Hello and welcome to Naughty Clicker News, the show where I look back at some of the gaming happenings in the week that was. But before I do, I want to give a big thanks to all my wonderful Patreons who keep this one-woman show up running and more or less sane. I couldn't do it without you guys. So let's jump into it, starting where we left off last video, talking about dreams, media molecules, magnum opus, gaming creation, exploration, multimedia extravaganza. Now, this title launched on Valentine's Day, and I've had the pleasure of losing myself in its kawaii carnival awesomeness ever since. In fact, there will be a review coming up on the channel this week for the game, but what do I want to do here? Well, I want to direct your attention to a brilliant recreation of Fallout 4 made within Dreams, specifically its Bubble Bath gaming engine. Yes, Bubble Bath, because, why not? Now, this mini masterpiece shows off the true, real strength of the game. Its dreamers, its fast-growing community of gamers, creators and nerdy tech heads who are being drawn to the platform for its stunning power and relative simplicity. It's Bubble Bath itself drawing everybody in. Now, I will dive more into the weeds of the game creation complexity in my review, but to give you an idea of how accessible Bubble Bath is, I direct you to a Reddit conversation where a user, Rabbit Jellyfish, talks about their experience in Bubble Bath versus the Unreal Engine, because this creator was able to pick up and create in Dreams in 1 week what had taken months to do in the Unreal Engine. Now, it's an anecdotal insight, of course, but if you're interested, there are links below to the conversation thread and a video of the dream creation he made in the description. At present, the only limitation to the game creation inside Dreams ecosystem is there is no massively multiplayer ability. Now, there will be smaller party options, and the devs are pointing to a 4 to 8 man push out post-launch, but no dates yet. There are also rumblings of Dreams finding its way onto PlayStation's next generation console too. Links below to that article on Push Square. But for now, we dreamers have VR to look forward to in the not too distant future, and I cannot wait to experience VR sculpting and painting, as well as exploring all the virtual reality games and experience this marvelous community will be bringing to life as soon as it gets onto the platform. If you are a fan of Guild Wars 2, Ion and Blade and Soul, I have some concerning news for you. NCSoft, the daddy of these titles, reported their financial statement for the last 3 months of 2019, and although the company have gained huge revenue increases in the dreaded mobile market via Lineage 1 and 2, their MMO lineup has seen a large decrease in earnings. Worryingly, the worst performing title was my much loved game, Guild Wars 2, which saw a loss of nearly a quarter of its revenue in comparison to last year's figures. Now, sadly, Guild Wars 2 has faced difficult times of late with staff cuts and 1 or 3 social media meltdowns, not to mention its player base's growing discontent at the game's monetization, plus loot box black hole and calls for a new expansion. It seems their woes are not over yet. Here's hoping that ArenaNet are allowed to listen to their community and right the ship. The Guild Wars 2 team are setting up shop at PAX East 2020. If you're planning on heading to PAX East this year, you can attend their panel on Thursday the 27th of February at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time in the Arachnid Theatre. I sincerely want this wonderful game to flourish, and the best thing we can do as fans is support and share and show our love to the devs whenever we can. I'm hoping that they have a prosperous PAX. Another MMO which has faced its own ups and downs is Elder Scrolls Online, and its latest update is almost an alert, an amber alert for its fans. With the arrival of this update on the 25th, players will have to re-download and reinstall the game. Now, this patch lands on the 24th of February for PC and Mac users and March 10th for PlayStation 4 and Xbox players. So why the need for such an inconvenience? The game's official news release states, once this update is complete, you will see major improvements to the game's load times and the speed at which assets are loaded into the world. Most notably, this change dynamically reduces patch sizes for future updates, and it results in a major reduction of space taken up by the client on your machine's hard drive. Our console players will feel this improvement most strongly, and PC and Mac players also benefit from this change. Players do get a free Crimson Torchbug pet on the Crown Store for their troubles, which will be available for about 2 weeks following the launch of the patch. We will circle back to this after the big event and see if the promise of better load times and less drive hogging comes to pass. Fingers crossed, it's worth it. Next bit of news is MMO adjacent, because Black Desert Online is having another go at the Battle Royale with their new Shadow Arena that is heading into closed beta on the 27th of February. Great news for PvP lovers who want to divorce themselves completely from the RPG aspect of this MMO. Reported to be a 40-person last man standing murder fest. Time will tell if it is plagued with the same hackers as the title's last attempt at a battle royale. Bon beta, my friends. Cyberpunk fans are marking up the days on their calendar for the release of this possibly game-changing title. I know, because I am one of them. But whilst we are waiting, CDPR have drip-fed the ravenous hordes a steady stream of non-spoilery news, and last week they revealed Street Stories. So what are they and why should you care? So Cyberpunk 2077 is an unabashed, story-focused role-playing game with a reportedly vast main story narrative and copious side quests for players to immerse themselves in. And Street Stories are, in addition to all that, as well as being a completely optional cherry on the top of that lore layer cake. There will be around 25 of these shorts in-game, customized to be unique to your characters. So I'm imagining that they're going to reflect your character's backstory, perhaps even your choices during the main narrative campaign. The Street Stories are there to bring into focus the world of Cyberpunk, of Night City, its factions, its regions, and its denizens. If you're hoping for stunning cinematics for these shorts, well, I'm going to have to disappoint you, but I, for one, will be exploring all the craptastic universe that's on offer, so you can save yourself some time and watch my lore breakdowns of these once I've gotten my teeth into the game after launch. Onto New World, which has also begun to pull back the narrative curtain, revealing the factions players will be facing off against and perhaps even teaming up with on Eternum. We have already seen the Red-Eyed Corrupted, but last week the team revealed the Lost, the eternally soulless ghoul or zombie kind of faction of Eternum. They also revealed the Angry Earth. These are the protectors of the island nature made manifest, taking many forms, mimicking both fair and foul. This faction is said to see others as an invading infection and will treat it as such. The final faction revealed was the Ancients, or what's left of their civilization. Their ruins and remnants of their technology are scattered about the Isle, all powered by Azoth, a mysterious substance of immense power. I have a feeling that the mystery surrounding this faction, their fate, their history, where they have gone to, will play a large narrative role in the saga of this new world. Now, if you're interested in diving into an alpha, the next one is scheduled for April, and I have put links in the description below where you can sign up. Fingers crossed you get in. Now, I will be covering the new world when it launches on the 26th of May, if indeed it bucks the trend and manages to hold to that launch date. Stardew Valley creator Eric Barron is hard at work again on not one, but 2 games. Here is his tweet from the 11th of February. Yes, I'm actually working on a couple of new projects, one taking place in the world of Stardew Valley, but it's not a farming game. The other, I'm not 100% sure about the world yet, but it will tie into Stardew Valley in some way. End quote. Now, as ever, I was late to discover this wonderful gem, but it's an easy game to fall in love with, and I cannot wait to see what this talented gentleman comes up with next. Honestly, after such a successful out-of-the-blue hit, I imagine he's very keen and probably very worried, desperately trying to match that, and I wish him nothing but success. Good luck, sir. We believe in you. The last story is some Star Citizen news, which will have every space jock hooked into the franchise smiling, because of finally the flight sim aspect of this sci-fi sandbox, and I imagine the much anticipated Squadron 42 set piece is getting some serious love. How, you ask? Well, a new dedicated vehicle experience team has been formed to polish, tweak, and bring the power of nerdy geekery to bear on that most vital of game systems. It's arguably the most important aspect of this space-centric, ship-centric game, and for some time now, alpha players have been calling for greater focus on the granular flight experience, which has seen its highs and lows over the years. Now, the team will be tackling both flight and ground vehicle controls, as well as weapons and immersion, to ensure that regardless of your medium, be it hot ass, keyboard and mouse, gamepad, yoke and pedals, your experience is gripping and intuitive. So we have reached the end. That's all my naughty clicks for this week. There are links below for a deep dive into all the stories I covered here. Do let me know what nerdy news caught your attention in the comments down below, and whilst you're down there, please do like this video if indeed you did, share it if the spirit moves you, subscribe and ring that bell if you think I've earned it and you don't want to miss any naughty clicks on the channel, and please do show some love to Cody, Kildare, Cub, Molini, Jolly Joestar, Dark Griever, and all my wondrous, fantabulous Patreons, without whom there would be no naughty clicker anything. I can never thank you all enough. If you'd like to join and support the channel, there are links to my Patreon below. Now, I hope you'll come back and join me very soon. I have a Dreams review coming, I have some lore readings in the pipeline, but until we meet again, as always, thank you so much for watching.